Ad fatigue isn't real, or at least it's not what most of these people in the high ticket space are telling you it is, because most of the time it's really just cope for their own mistake, right? They're making a mistake and they're trying to blame Meta for it, right? Meta is the reason why it didn't work out, right? Ad fatigue is the reason why the strategy didn't work out. No, it's not. It was your own mistake. I know that from myself because I've dealt with the exact same thing. I was following all the common advice when I was first starting out with Meta ads, and the only reason why you would ever deal with quote unquote ad fatigue is only because of your own mistake. You set up the campaign in the wrong way, you used the wrong creative strategy, whatever it might be. In this video, I'm going to show you exactly why ad fatigue is a lie and what you can do instead to never deal with it in the way that most people are dealing with it. And if you don't know me, my name is Heike. I run a company called Soul20. We work with high-ticket businesses, help them scale with ads and funnels. We've made multiple seven figures in high-ticket sales, as you can see right here. I don't sell info or coaching or whatever it might be, right? I just give out everything I know so that you see the value behind it, see that I know what I'm talking about, in hopes that you then go ahead and want to work with us, right? That's my goal. But let's continue with the video. Again, ad fatigue is a lie simply because most of these people in the high-ticket space are using the wrong approach. Now, what do they even say what ad fatigue is and what approach do they use? So what they say ad fatigue is that your ads just magically stop working after a couple of days or weeks, and then you have to upload more and more creatives over and over and over again to keep up with it, basically, which is crazy, right? So they tell you to set up a campaign like this, right? Is to have one ABO campaign, like creative diversity, right? Andromeda, you have to have one ABO campaign. You just put in 30 random ad creatives with different angles, right? And hope that Meta spends like your entire campaign budget on one or maybe two of these creatives, right? And then after a couple of days, the creatives stop working, right? And then you have to fucking duplicate the whole thing, right? Make a new campaign, take out the old ones, and then put new ones in. I'm telling you, this is not the way to do it. This is nonsense, right? I try to work with this strategy. It works out for a couple of days or weeks max, right? Because you've already built up an organic audience before, maybe. I'm going to get into that in a second. But then it just stops working, right? It just stops working. It's not the best strategy to go for. And here's why, right? Here's also the reason why ad fatigue actually happens and why your ads stop working, right? What Meta does is whenever you launch a new set of ads, the new ads are first going to be shown to your warmest audience, right? To gather data. They say it right here. The auction system will begin showing your ad to people in your audience to learn who is more likely to engage with your business, right? They basically show your ads to the most aware people that are already in your funnel. So let's say this is your funnel right here, right? This is your funnel. You have people that don't know you, unaware people, right? And then you have a whole bunch of people. And then at the bottom of your funnel, you have your warm traffic, right? Warm. Whenever you launch a new ad, it's going to launch here in the warm audience, right? To gather data so that Meta sees and tries, like Meta is trying to understand who is likely to convert to your messaging, to your ad, whatever it might be. So all the ads are going to start here. And then what's going to happen after a couple of days is that your ads are going to start to get pushed to colder and colder audiences, right? That's just how it works. And it's normal that after like the first couple of days, the cost per result might go up, right? Might go up because like the bottom of funnel messaging that all these ads have, because they're telling you like you're trying to optimize for the best cost per result, right? So these are all designed to get like aggressively convert people. That's why they're direct response bottom of funnel ads. These types of ads, they might work with your warm traffic, right? But as soon as it gets shown to colder audiences that don't know you, they're not going to resonate with that messaging, right? And that is why your ads stop working after a couple of days. It's not ad fatigue, okay? It's not ad fatigue. It's just that your cost per result, right? It went up simply because you're targeting new people that don't resonate with the messaging. And the second thing that happens is whenever you launch new ads, the new ones are going to get the spend, and the old ones they're going to take away spend from the old ones that were already in your funnel, in your campaign. They're going to take it away and reallocate it to the new ones, right? So the old ads that might be working already, they're going to take spend away from that because they're trying to like push the new ads, right? They're trying to gather data. Basically, that's what's also going to happen. So two things. One, warm traffic gets served to warm traffic first, and then also the old ads are going to get less spend. Now, here's the problem with it. They say after a couple of days, as I said, your ads stop working because it gets shown to colder audiences. So what they say is ad fatigue. You have to launch new ad creatives. But what actually happens if you launch more ad creatives is you're just basically going to do the whole entire thing over and over again, right? You're going to have, again, the new ads are again going to go to your warmest traffic, right? After a couple of days, they're going to get pushed to colder audiences again, and this time even faster. I'm going to get into that in a second. Your ads stop working again, right? The old ads get spend taken away from them, so you upload even more creatives again and again and again. It's a vicious cycle. It never stops, right? It makes no sense. It makes no sense. That's just one reason why this is a problem. The second one is, again, as I said, most of these ads are designed to get the best cost per result, right? You're uploading more ads, new ads, in hopes that your cost per result goes down. And because of that, you're trying to use aggressive messaging, as I said, to convert people. But what is actually happening is you only have a finite pool of aware people, right? If you think about it, who's gonna like convert from like bottom of funnel direct response ads? Who's gonna convert? Warm people, right? People that already know your business. It's not that they're gonna see one of your ads and then immediately say, okay, I'm just gonna give these guys $10,000. I just saw a 30-second ad, let me pay, right? It's not how it works. They're gonna see one ad, right? And then they see another one. Maybe they then go ahead and check out your YouTube, right? Maybe they then check out your Instagram, whatever, IG. Then they see another one of your ads, right? And then another one. That's how it works. And then at this point, maybe they're gonna be ready to convert and go ahead and book a call, right? That's just how it works with paid ads. And if you think about it, if you only have bottom of funnel direct response ads because you're trying to get your cost per result down, right? You're uploading more ads here because your cost per result went up because the ads get served to colder people after a couple of days. So you upload new ones that are all designed to get you the best cost per result. Again, all those new ads, like they burn through your warm audience, right? And this pool of warm people is finite. Right? All these ads are just burning through them. They're eating your pool of warm people. So let's say this is your pool of warm people right here. It should probably be red and not blue, right? But this is your pool of warm people. The ads take away from them, right? You launch more and more ads that are all designed to get you the best cost per result and basically all direct response. At some point, you're just going to take away all of these people that are already in your warm audience, right? Which means if you upload even more ads now, because you dealt with ad fatigue, you upload new ones, those people are not like in your pool of more aware people anymore, or there are less of them, right? Which means your ads are going to get pushed to colder audiences even faster, so you upload even more ads. It's like a vicious cycle. I hope you see that, okay? So that's the big reason why ad fatigue even happens. And then there's also another problem with this whole setup right here that I wanted to go through, which is ad sequencing, okay? I touched on that briefly in a couple of seconds ago. This is all from Meta's article. You can check it out yourself, right? I touched on it briefly, but basically how it works is Meta's gonna try to find the best sequence of ads to show to your prospects in order to push them from one ad to the next one, to the next one, to the conversion, right? So they basically show your ads in a sequence. They see a couple of your ads, right? They get your attention right here, and then Meta gets an impression after somebody engages with your ad, right? And they try to find out which of your ads they should show them next based on the impression they just got in order to push them closer to the conversion goal, right? That's what ad sequencing is. Now with this setup right here, that is literally impossible to use for Meta. Why? Because if you have 30 ads, what do you think how many possible sequences there are for Meta? This many. 200, whatever, this many gazillion possible sequences. Meta can't use your ad sequencing properly, but most of your ads are not like never gonna get spent. You don't have enough spend to cover this, right? It's not sustainable. You can't even use ad sequencing. So you're basically just hoping to get lucky with a one lucky punch ad, right? It's like this whole thing is designed to fail after a couple of days or weeks, right? So now I basically explained what ad fatigue is, or what they tell you ad fatigue is, right? It's just basically your ads stop, they stop performing, or their cost per result drops because they get pushed to colder audiences, right? So you put more ads into the funnel, right? Because you think, okay, I have to get my cost per result down again. I'm dealing with ad fatigue. I have to get my cost per result down. Your new ads take away from the pool of more aware people that you already had, right? They just keep taking away from them, keep taking away from them. At some point, this pool is gonna shrink so much that the new ads that you upload are just gonna fatigue so much faster because they burn through it through your warm traffic so fast and get pushed to colder audiences faster. It's just a vicious cycle, right? And you can't use ad sequencing properly. So what we do instead now, after doing a lot of digging, right, based on all their articles, went through a lot of them, okay, and also went through the actual goals of like ads, right? The e-com guys spending millions of dollars per day, right? We came to the conclusion that we are going to use this campaign setup right here. Okay, so it's going to be one CBO campaign, right? One control ad set, and then 5 to 8 unique ads where each and every one of your ads has a fundamentally different purpose. Okay, I'm going to explain it to you now. With this setup right here, you're going to fix what they call ad fatigue, right? And you're also going to properly be able to use ad sequencing. Right? So basically, what does this mean? You have 5 to 8 ads. I'm also going to show you exactly how you can still reach creative diversity, because that's the reason why they upload so many ads, right? Creative diversity, Andromeda. I'm going to show you how you can still do that. But basically, the way you're going to start, the reason why this stops ad fatigue from happening is because it's a flywheel that feeds itself. right? You remember the pool of more aware people that I said, right? With this campaign setup, right, you're going to have a couple of top of funnel ads that get awareness, right? They make people aware of the problem that you're solving. Then you have a couple of middle of funnel ads that are educating them further on the solution. And then you have a couple of bottom of funnel ads that are basically going ahead and converting the people, or like very efficiently, that are already in your funnel, right? That are already more aware. You like already educated them on your solution. They already know your business at this point, right? That's what the bottom of funnel ads are gonna go and take from, right? It's a flywheel. These ads get people into the funnel, and then inside the funnel we educate them, and then your bottom of funnel ads are gonna go ahead and then be able to scale because you're growing your pool of more aware people, right? So the whole goal here is to use the top of funnel ads, right? They're going to go ahead and grow your pool of more aware people because you're adding more people into the funnel, right? This keeps growing, which means that your bottom of funnel ads can then go ahead and scale because this is not shrinking anymore. It's like a flywheel. These ads add into the pool of more aware people. The bottom of funnel ads that way have more people they can actually convert, which is going to be the reason why you can also, like, Meta can actually spend more on these ads because they again have more people they can go ahead and convert. Right? It's a flywheel. The top of funnel ads get attention into the funnel. The bottom of funnel ads, basically go ahead and convert these new people that you're adding into the funnel. You're not going to deal with ad fatigue because the more, like, you're not just using bottom of funnel direct response ads, right? You get the idea. You're growing the audience, right? And so that your bottom of funnel ads with bottom of funnel messaging can actually scale and don't just die out after a couple of days because they have to be pushed to cold people, and then you only have direct response bottom of funnel ads that don't resonate with cold people. Get the idea, right? That's how you're going to stop ad fatigue from happening. And also, you're also going to be able to use ad sequencing properly, right? Because you're only going to have, with 5 ads, 120 possible sequences, which is very, very manageable for Meta to go ahead and use. So with this, all you have to do is to find a lead journey, right? You're basically going to analyze your avatar, right? You're going to analyze your avatar, and then you're basically going to try and figure out what are the single, like, messaging or the ads that I have to use in order to push them to the conversion goal, right? Let's say this is the conversion goal. Let's make it green, right? So the first ad could, for example, be let's say it's a UGC agency, right? It's a UGC agency trying to get brands onto their offer. The first ad could make the brands aware why they need UGC, or like what the problem is and why they need UGC content, right? There are multiple angles you can use for that. Maybe it's you can use the angle that it builds trust, right? Like UGC content builds trust. You need that in order to convert cold traffic more efficiently if you're running paid ads, right? Another one could be that they're going to take you over your competitors because you have all these creators talking about your product, right? Another one could be that you are going to need organic distribution anyways to get more sales. You get the idea. You make them aware of the problem, right? Next up, you could, now they're aware of the problem, right? So the next step of the lead journey could be you explaining the solution of their problem. So you go more into the fact that UGC content or UGC creators are going to help you fix a problem or help you with the opportunity that you're giving them, right? So UGC creators are going to post on their own accounts. They're going to post for they're going to create ads for you. They're going to build trust, and so on and so forth. Another one could be, like, for example, a straight offer ad, right? Then you can have a straight offer ad. Now they're aware of your problem, right? You made them aware of your problem that you're solving. You made them aware of the solution that you're providing. Now you can hit them with a straight offer ad, right? You hit them with a straight offer ad. Now maybe they convert from it, maybe they don't, right? So what you want to do is you could also have another case study ad, right, to make them basically make it more likely that they actually convert. Another one could be you handling another main objection about your offer. You get the idea, right? You have all these, like, you have this lead journey at the end of it, so that they go ahead and convert. And then Meta is going to try, their algorithms are going to try and analyze which of your ads they should, like, which sequence of ads they should show to your prospects in order to push them to your conversion goal, right? So they're going to show them one ad, they get an impression, they think about all the ads that you gave them, which ad should I show them next, which should I show them next, and so on and so forth. They're going to push them to your conversion goal. That's why this kind of strategy works, right? It's more simple for them, right? It's pretty sustainable. You get the idea. And how can you still reach creative diversity? It's pretty simple. Every one of those 5 to 8 ads is going to have multiple creatives within it, right? You can just select multiple creatives. So if it's a top of funnel ad, you want to try different angles. You can just select for one top of funnel ad. You can try 3 distinct angles that still have the same goal, like the same ad goal, making people aware of the problem and adding them into the funnel. That's how you're going to reach creative diversity, because you're giving Meta a lot of options to choose from. But if you select 3 creatives per ad, for example, Meta's still going to treat it as one ad because it only has one post ID, right? Not three. You get the idea, right? That's how you get more creatives into the funnel for Meta, so that Meta can actually, profit from the creative diversity. And also, throughout these different ads within the funnel, you are going to use different formats, right? You can use a different format for top of funnel ads. Maybe you use a UGC video there, or a founder-led video, whatever it might be. For the bottom of funnel ads, you can have talking head videos, you can have screen share videos. Then you can also have case study interviews that are split screen videos, right? You can have physical whiteboards for middle of funnel content where you're basically educating them further on the solution. You are still going to reach creative diversity because you have a variety of formats, right? Formats, and also a variety of creatives, even though you only have 5 main ads, let's say 5 to 8, right? You get the idea. So yeah, that's how you still reach creative diversity. That's how you stop ad fatigue from happening. So I hope you got value from this. Again, if you want our help to scale your high ticket offer to $100,000 per month and multiple 6 figures per month, like we've done with our partners, go ahead and check out the first link in the description to get our offer and also our pricing. We actually guarantee that you're going to be profitable with our help. So go ahead and check it out. But other than that, I appreciate you watching this video, and I'm going to see you in the next one. Peace.